Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 over on Court Farms. Right guys, I did eventually find my way to this field. Oh guys, I had such a nightmare. I came out of here, didn't we, yesterday, field 5. We came along here, we came up here, we came around here, we came around... And we came all the way up here, we came all the way up here, and then we had to go all the way around field 88 and all the way down to basically field 109. It would have just been easier to have drove up there and go. I had no idea. I thought this was like maybe a track or something, I don't know. Obviously, didn't even completely realise it was the river. So... yeah, well, what an absolute nightmare. Right, I have taken another job for field 5 as well, guys. It's a sowing job, field 5, to go do some sowing. At some point we're going to lose the ability to do some of these contracts because winter's coming. So us in there now. Right now I don't have a seeder. What I'm thinking is, give me 1 second. I'm on the right tab. We're gonna probably go for the Isaria, mainly just because it is super cheap. It's super low powered. We can take 700 liters of seed, so we'd only need like 1 bag of seed as well. Basically, drive down to field 5, get planted. Basically, I'm thinking after the shop's closed. So what I'm gonna... How much have I got in the bank now? I have got enough money in the bank now, but I am going to have to, just because of where we are currently positioned, we're going to buy that, and we're going to buy 1 bag of seed. Yeah. The UK seed's more expensive than the default seed. I want to like use the UK branded stuff that I brought in. Fertilizer and seed, but I just can't see the point if it costs more money. Like, I don't want to... I don't know. This just makes no sense. The seed is more expensive. Like, I get that seed's cheaper because it was a mod. This seed is the default seed. The UK seed is £180 more per bag. You don't get any extra. I don't get that one. I don't. Blizzard bag of seed it is. I'm not gonna pay more. I just don't want to use the cheap bags of seed, basically. I've just realised something. Bear with me, guys. My steering wheel has done that thing again, guys. The problem I've got is, if anybody actually knows about this issue that I'm having, I know you guys have got the video today, but obviously I haven't had a chance to. It hasn't been out long enough yet, the video. I'm not trying to take forever on purpose. It's just sometimes you have to have it ticked and sometimes you have to have it unticked. Okay, I was hoping to just go around there, lift it up from the back, and then go and park it out the back. Just on that little bit of grass there. Like I said, the shop's gonna close very, very soon, and basically I just wanna... I know we're still... Right, so I can't pick that up. That's... Okay, my forks are not... My forks are not getting bigger and smaller. I think my keybinds have been reset for some reason, and I don't understand why. Very strange. So that works, that there. Yeah, that should be expand. Yeah, my forks are not expanding very well. To put it lightly, they're not expanding and retracting at all using my side panel, which is really strange because it was working until yesterday. Oh my god, am I gonna get this? There we go. It's because the forks are too close together, that's all it is. So, as you can see, we brought this over here like this, so we're just gonna go and do that. I'm just gonna go and put them over there. Job done. We can park this over here, actually. Just so it's not in the way. Yeah, I need to look at why that's not working the forks properly. But yeah, the whole point now then today is I basically want to crack on with that seeding job after the shop's closed. Now, if we need more than 1,000 litres of seed, we're just going to be a little bit stuck. I don't think we should need more than 1,000 litres of seed, but who knows? Genuinely, who knows? But yeah, it's a new tool. We own a seeder, so we can now seed, we can now do other contracts. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of contracts coming up over the winter months because I know grass should disappear. But we're not in a position to be able to afford a mower, a tedder, a baler, a trailer. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot of money. That's more money than buying our first piece of land. But if we buy a piece of land or we buy somewhere we can build our farm from, our issue is going to be we still need to be able to work. Do you know what I mean? So getting a seeder now gives us the option to do some work. Hopefully over some of the winter months, or at least like October, maybe going into November. It's not the biggest planter in the world, so you know that it's not the biggest seeder in the world, but it will help us. You know, it will help us in the long run. We will get more out of it. And then when we get a tractor with more power, my next thing I need to buy is a new tractor. I'm hoping something really cheap comes up. I'm just thinking something, for example, we could go and send that seeder off, you know, for like a really old school John Deere. You know, I know there's a Zeta tractor for £10,000 that you can get 68 brake horsepower. You know, if we can maybe buy that thing, yeah, you know, that gets us out and about, that gets us seeding. Still got more power in the Leyland, but it can seed, it could fertilise. You know what I mean? I know it's not the quickest tractor again for driving around the map, but it would make us more money. And that's what we want to do. We're allowed to hire a worker just as long as we have something for him to drive. And at the moment we don't have anything for any worker to drive, which is why we don't have any workers at the minute. So I think the tractor needs to be maybe the next thing we buy, because if we've got a second tractor with now having two separate implements, and we can maybe look at then getting a plough, because there's a lot of ploughing contracts coming up, maybe you can go plough. Now I don't know if the worker's going to actually earn us money. If we get a tractor, this is the thing, you see, we're on the hard economy. If we get a tractor, he may not make the money in, you know, he may use more in wages than he actually makes us profit. But this is what we need to work out. So what we do is, for example, we'd set the worker going field 5, we'd know what our amount of money is, we'd see what we've got when he's finished, and we'll find out if workers are actually going to earn us some money. I'm going to get this into a time lapse very shortly, guys. I just wanted to get a couple of headlands done. I do love this little cultivator. This cultivator is a really nice size. Maybe worst case scenario, if the ploughing and seeding contracts don't pay out, maybe the guy can go and, or the girl, or the worker, shall we say, maybe the worker can go cultivate, because at least at 5 meters it covers more ground for the same price. You know, it swings and roundabouts, guys. It's something we have to look into. something we have to look into. But yeah, I'm going to get the radio turned on, guys. We're going to listen to some music, and we're going to get this done in a time lapse. That is pretty much the whole field done. I didn't see the notification to say that the job was finished again, so just give me 1 second. I don't know why it keeps loading up the animal pens. I don't have any. Yeah, it says it's finished, but I never once saw that message come up to say it was finished. So unless I was just in my own little world, just, you know, thinking away and being me. There we go, that is another job done, but this means that this may turn into a sowing job as well, which for 3 meters, there we go, oat again. So we're going to do both of the fields that we've just done. We will do them as sowing contracts as well. Now I know it does mean we're going to be in the same fields again, but we're up to £8,000 already in the bank. So we've got a new piece of equipment. We've bought some seed. We've got £8,000 in the bank. I think it's time we buy a little trailer to work with, to pull loads around and things like that. I think it's time to try and get one. It's just all to do with cost. Now, I do have a couple of IFA Williams trailers that are within our budget of £8,000. But we do also want to just take a little look over on the map to see what kind of land is going to be available for us to possibly purchase. Because we're starting to get some equipment now, so we need to have a piece of land. But when we get a piece of land, we've got to basically be prepared to not spend on equipment, you know what I mean? So we're going to be doing cultivating jobs for a while. We're going to be doing seeding jobs for a while. We're going to be doing fertilizing contracts for a while. Possible liming jobs. Because obviously when we buy the land, you know, we aren't going to have any money to buy new equipment. So as daft as it sounds, it's like swings and roundabouts, you know. We buy land, we can't do any new jobs. But if we don't, you know what I mean, or we can continue to just park our equipment at the shop, Now the shop let us do it, but they're not going to let us do it forever. And the more equipment we've got, the worse it's going to be. You know, they're going to want us out of there sooner rather than later. So we need to be looking at little plots of land. 20 grand, 26 grand, 14 grand. I don't know if any of these are houses though. £9,000. Can we just take a little gander up there, please? Just to have a look, just see what's possible. That was £9,000. If we get a sowing contract done, I believe it's this bit of land here. Is there a way in? It's definitely this bit of land here, isn't it? Yeah. But it's this little plot of land here, but there's no gateway. I don't... There's a gate down... So there's no gateway here. That's a walkway. So that's a little bit out of the question. So how much is this bit of land that I'm stood in now? £13,000. We could possibly buy this. This could be a little starter plot of land. Just to put some equipment on. £13,000. I know I did say there was a couple more around here. There's... One I like is that one down there, but it's 73 grand. I can't really afford that. 83 grand for that farm. That farm's 218. So yeah, it's a possibility. The only issue is being up here is it is a long way away from a lot of the jobs. Something more here would be quite nice, but we've had a little look. We've got an idea. Let's go and start this sowing contract, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and pick the cedar up, guys, and I'm going to basically drive myself down to the field, because actually we might go do that first one we've just done there. A little bit closer, but I just don't want to drive too much on recording, because it's not like a waste of time, but it's wasting recording time just to watch me drive down a road. So I think we might actually go back and do field 58. Now I know we've just been in 58, but it is a relatively small field. It's £5,000 as well, so it, you know, it might just tick us over. I've got an issue though. When we do the next video tomorrow, the shop's going to be closed. I might need another bag of seed before the shop closes. Yeah, I'm gonna need another bag of seed, because if one bag's not enough, one bag's not gonna be enough to do both of them fields. I don't think it is anyway. But if we buy that land, we can't get a trailer, or we get a trailer and we can't get the land. But the trailer does mean we can move a bit more equipment around. Do you know what I mean? I'm in like a catch-22 right now of which is the best way to do this, because without a trailer I have to come all the way to the shop for one bag. You know what I mean? Or I have to come all the way. Yeah, if we get a trailer, we can move more than one bag. We can get more than one bag. We can move more than one bag. Yeah, it's oh. I always forget about. I'm gonna buy another bag of seed. I don't trust that bag of seed being enough to do 2 fields. Now, we will basically get enough time now to do the sowing contract on 58. The issue will be is in the next video we will be into October, and the shop might not be open, and I don't want to be sat twiddling my thumbs waiting for the shop to open, if that makes sense. We want to get it so we can at least do a job tomorrow. We've got some fertilizer, we've got some seed, we've got a cultivator. So depending on what jobs come up tomorrow before the shop opens, means at least we can work. There's nothing going to be worse in this series than having to go and wait for the shop to open like before. It's gonna take forever to do that. So yeah, that's, I think, is the best plan to do. So I'm gonna get this loaded up now, and I'm gonna basically drive myself down to one of the fields, and what I'll do is I'll jump cut this so you don't have to see me drive there, and I'll see you down there. Right, I made the executive decision. We went to field 5. It's the one furthest away. It gives me a chance to think about field or trailer next. Shop's going to close anyway, so we're going to have to cope with what we've got. I did lower the time just to 1 while we were, well, actually I think I just, nope, it's alright. I need oh, my bad. Now this is going to take a little while because this is going to be 3 meters at a time. So this is going to be quite a grueling punishment to do. Now it is starting to get a little bit dark as well, which is not going to help us in the slightest. But as you can see, we've got a bit of seed. I thought to myself, well, we'll go do the furthest one, because worst case scenario, if we run out of seed, we'll finish this in the next episode, which does unfortunately mean in the next episode we would still be in September. That's the only downside, to be honest. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to just jump this straight into a time lapse, because the whole point of this series is to try and get some jobs done. You know, try and get that piece of land bought. We want to own that bit of land before Christmas, while trying to expand and get you know, another tractor at the same time. So one of 2 things is going to happen. We're going to come back out when we've done X amount on a time lapse, or we've run out of seed basically, and like I say, unfortunately it's going to be a long drive back to the shop. guys, we are pretty much out of seed. This is killing me. 3 meters. 3 meters is killing me, guys. So if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, wow, it's very dark, you're right. You're really, really right. It's dark. And there is nothing I can do about it. This has got such a mixture in seed rate. Like right now we're in a 1, we're in a low seed consumption rate, so it lasts quite a long time. And then in a minute we'll jump to 2, or we'll jump straight to 3. There's basically a 1, 2 and a 3 in this field, or they go straight into 3. So that means the next 20 litres is just gonna fly out. Now if this had have had 1,000 litre capacity, 1 bag of seed would have been enough. 1 bag of seed still will be enough, but now we have to drive all the way to the shop just to go and get the rest of the seed. But we are going to make an executive decision, and we are going to fill the seeder up. We're going to fill it. We're not going to just come back with a little bit in a bag. We're literally going to go and fill the entire bag. So that is going to be where I most likely leave this episode. I am going to finish this off recording though, guys. I know fine well it's going to be very dark. I even lowered the time just to try and stop it being as dark so you guys could actually see what I was doing. I did try to do that. So what I'll do is I'll just finish this off recording. I'm just going to have a little look at what we have left. I'm not even really sure how long this episode's going to be. I don't think it's going to be that long, to be honest. The problem when you add in a time lapse is it changes the dynamics of 80%. Wow. Field 58 is not much smaller either. But yeah, I think the best thing I can really do is leave this episode here. We will be back on Court Farm tomorrow. If every Court Farm video in that week gets 50 likes, there will be 3 episodes the following week. If there isn't, there will only be 2. Just because I'm trying different things and different games on different channels, because I have more than one channel. And basically whichever video performs well is basically we'll get more videos. We were on 49 videos yesterday on the roleplay. 49 videos. We're on 49 likes on the roleplay video yesterday, and then someone disliked it. Yeah, basically guys, I have someone dislike nearly every video. Just one person. Just one person dislikes every video. It's on the American time zone as well, because it's always when I'm in bed asleep, like middle of the night. And it's a little bit frustrating, but you know, at the end of the day, if he wants to be a loser, leave him to it. But like I say, 50 likes on all the Court Farms this week. We get 3 videos next week. Now there will be 3 episodes this week because, like I say, my daughter's gone away on a college trip today, so I don't have to pick her up from college early, so I had a little bit extra time. Yeah, if anyone's interested, like I say, you just hit the like button. It just shows me that you're enjoying the series, and then that way I'll continue to try and produce as much as I can. And if you don't enjoy it, then yeah, you know what I mean, there's not much I can do about that. I'm trying to play the game differently to how other people would play it, which is why I'm doing it this way. I know everyone's like, oh, get a loan. If I get a loan, there's no point in me starting the way I did. You know what I mean? It's not trying to be like disrespectful or, you know, but I started it this way for a reason, because I'm trying to do something different. I watch quite a few YouTubers, and to be honest, I'm just trying to do something a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Doesn't have to be a load different. Just a little bit, but there's no loans and there's no leasing. If you know, because someone was like, you know, people were like, well, why don't you just lease the equipment? It's bigger, you'll get it done quicker. You're right, and then we'd earn money too fast. You know what I mean? Again, it's like that catch-22 situation of, if you're gonna do one big field and make 100 grand on it, say, just as an example, you might as well have just started with 100 grand. You know what I mean? The whole point here is, we've come to this town, we've come to Court Farm, we had a tractor and a fertilizer spreader, and we had a couple of grand in the bank to buy some fertilizer. We've been making money ever since. You know what I mean? But I am driving to the shop for a reason. Now, I know the shop's going to be closed, but when I get to the shop, that's kind of where I'm going to end it. But I want to have a little look at tractors, because once we do this, I think we could get another tractor. It doesn't have to be an amazing tractor. It can be an absolute pile of turd. As long as it can run a fertilizer spreader, doesn't matter. Because it can run a fertilizer spreader, which means it can do liming contracts, and it can do fertilizing contracts. Now, depending on the horsepower, depends on what we can get with it, but you get the idea. We're at the shop now. The shop is officially closed. 6 o'clock, the shop is closed, and this is why I left the bags on the outside. But we will just have a look on the we'll have a look on the shop's website. There we go. We'll have a look on the shop's website. That's what we'll call doing it through the menu. The shop's website. Right, I just want to empty one of these bags of seed first. Let's go. Right, so we'll do that. Let's have a look on the shop's website. So we just want something that can run, like a spreader, a sprayer. To be honest, something like that. The John Deere Series 710. It's super slow, which is the downside, but it's only £7,000. Oh, it's 59 brake horsepower. Right, let me just have a look on our online catalogue. What have we got? 70. So it wouldn't be able to. Ideally we'd want some with about 80 brake horsepower. So what is that with the 81 brake horsepower? So that would be £15,000. I know fine well we can put an attacher on it. That attacher, that could go and do some seeding contracts, because what we could do is we could buy the seed tank for the front. So instead of being able to take 2 bags with us, we'd be able to take the seeder full and the seeder part. So let's just have a, and it could have a front attacher, front loader attacher, sorry. Now I know this is more money, but I'm thinking when we come to do grass contracts, £18,500. Okay, so that's an option. 18,500. Although saying that, give me 1 minute. We've got the John Deere here, 100 brake horsepower, 19 mile an hour, so it's not too bad. Leave it with standard Trelleborgs on. Front loader is £1,500, so we could put that on. And where it wouldn't have the tank, but something I just want to show you. We could, I'm just saying we could. 15,000. If we go into here, miscellaneous, we have the front lifter. So that would be 20. So that would be 20 grand, but it would give us more power. Or we could go for a Renault. The Renault didn't win the vote on the roleplay series. So 100 brake horsepower is standard. Oh, 145 brake horsepower for £1,000 more. So we can have 45% more power for £1,000 more. So we'd go for that one. Front attacher is an option with a PTO. So that is 16,350. Wow, that's actually cheapest of them all. We don't need fenders. We don't need fenders. We don't need... We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Colour glass. I would prefer white personally, but although £50 so £16,400. That would give us 1,000. That would give us 145 brake horsepower. That is actually a really, really nice. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Maybe that's something we need to look at then. We need to maybe look at the. Well, there's not much gap between that step and that tyre, is there? So yeah, that's maybe something we need to look at then, guys. Maybe we save up and get the Renault. Now we're not going to get rid of the Leyland anytime soon, but while I'm here, seeding equipment. Here we go. Oh, it only takes 700 litres of seed. Wow, it does hold a whole 1.5 bag of seed. Wow. Jeez, that's more expensive than I thought. There isn't another one, is there? No. No. So there is just the one seed tank. If I'm going to spend £18,000, I would rather buy the Renault. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I might have found my first issue with the Renault. Just double checking everything, just in case something's labelled wrong. There is no front loading, so that would be no good for grass work. So it would still mean we'd need a third tractor. So I'll tell you what, let me know what you think we should do. Can't go for the Deutz-Fahr. Yeah, we need to get like the 20 grand to begin with. But as you can see, we need something ideally with a front loader, because it means we can go and do grass work. If we get that one and we do that, we put the front loader attacher on it. It does just mean we can do contracts, although I don't know. Let me know what you think we should do. Let me know what you think we should do. There's no right or wrong answer on this series. It is just a genuine case of trying to be a little bit different. As you can see, we're going to get £5,166 for this soon. We have had to spend easily £1,000 on seed. I'm going to keep an eye on what we use. We had 300 litres left in that bag. I want to see if this takes more than one bag of seed to do this field, because this is going to give us an idea of what the next contract is, that other seeding contract. We might not have enough seed for it. I'd like to think we do, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to leave this episode here, guys. Hopefully I get some comments giving me an idea of what we should do tractor wise. We're not selling the Leyland. It's not worth anything. It's worth like £1,000. Plus, like I say, we need a second tractor to try and get a worker going with us. So let me know which one you think we should do. There's no wrong opinions, but I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one.